We are live. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are live. I am Josh Goldstein, your favorite immigration lawyer, and we are here today to talk about delayed asylum applications. We've got people who applied for asylum in 2015, 2016, 2017. They've been waiting for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years to get their delayed asylum cases approved, and their applications are not getting interviewed or approved or anything. People are put on hold. I talked to someone named Omar and lives in the San Diego area yesterday. He is from Jordan. He applied for asylum in 2015. Nothing's happening. He's just waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting. Nothing's going on. If you don't know me, I'm Josh Goldstein. I'm your favorite immigration lawyer. I'm based in Los Angeles. We also have an office in Boston. We help people in all 50 states and around the world. We focus on family-based immigration cases. We help people get visas, green cards, citizenship, work permits, things of this nature. And we also specialize in helping people whose immigration cases are unreasonably delayed. Alberto, hello from Chicago. Welcome. If your immigration case is stuck, we can help you get it unstuck and hopefully approved quickly. And that is true for visas. And it's also true for green cards and citizenship and asylum cases. And that's what I want to talk to today. If you applied for asylum a long time ago and you haven't gotten a decision, it has a huge impact on your life. You have this cloud that's following you around. Welcome to Kasim from Malaysia. We have people joining us from Japan. We are live on Facebook. In our Facebook group, we have a special Facebook group dedicated for people who have delayed visa. What's good? Everything is good. It's a fantastic day. There's never been a better time to take action on your immigration case than right now. How would it feel to you if you reach your immigration goal, if you get approved for asylum? Alberto is 55, same age as me, still single, no kids, no wife, no girlfriend, unlike me, who has a wife and kids. But hey, it's all good, Alberto. It's all good. How to get a visa from Malaysia. What kind of visa? I'm here to talk about delayed asylum cases, and I'm also here to answer any question that you have. Of course, I can't answer any question, but I can try to. And if you ask me a question about a delayed immigration case, I probably know the answer. And if you ask me a question about other immigration cases, I might know the answer. And if I don't, I can point you in the right direction. I've been practicing immigration law since 7:30 this morning and for more than 20 years. So, Rahel, hello from Chicago, the Windy City, the city of broad shoulders. Welcome. Kellyanne, mine is stuck. My case was returned to the NVC since September 2023. I have not heard from them. Tell me more about your case, Kellyanne. What kind of case? Why was it returned? I don't understand. Give me the details so I can keep it going. And by the way, I'm going to be live for as long as I can possibly be live today. Not alive, but I'm going to stay live. So I may go live for an hour, maybe 2 hours. I'll be here answering questions. If you know anybody who has a question, send them this live broadcast and tell them to join in. Tell them to jump in so that I can try to answer their questions. And if you ask me a question, try to include a lot of details so that I know what's going on. That's helpful. I-130 spouse visa. How long does it take from April 1st? I would say at best 18 months. Shaney, thank you for following. Golden Goose 96. Recently filed green card approval are faster for people who filed in December 2022. Why is that? I have no idea. USCIS makes crazy decisions. How long the I-601 taken right now in Nebraska? I-601 is probably going to take a couple years. It's going to take a long time. Dinaf Harke Hin Kinu, our friend from Facebook, says, My two children attended an immigrant visa interview in 2023, but since then, the U.S. consulate is lying to me without reason. Why are they? What are they lying about? Can you tell us a little more? Give us some more details. Uh, Big fan of mine, Saddam Hussein. Thanks, buddy. I'm a fan of yours too. I appreciate you tuning in. That's awesome. Hudon from Ohio. I love that you join in. I want to help you so badly. Love from Pakistan. I love my brothers and sisters in Pakistan. Thank you. Megan, videos are great. I appreciate that. I want to do more of them. Great guy. Thanks. Everybody's giving me some love today. It's like coming live is like a shot in my arm. I feel so good to be helpful. Love is my vibe. Now, Fawad, your brother's SIV case is under review. I have so much respect and need to help people with SIV cases because people in other countries help the U.S. military and risk their lives. And I think they should be put on Air Force One and given visas right away. But I know that I can't help you if you have a delayed SIV case. I know that because there's a lawsuit going around right now that you're part of. It's a class action lawsuit. So my work won't be of any use. Here's one from Aman. My A24 was approved and sent to the NVC 15 months ago. The NVC hasn't received it yet. What shall I do? Well, I have a question for you. Why did you file IA24? What kind of case is that? Case pending in Abu Dhabi from Tough M4N. Kelly Ann, never heard from the McCains. My case status is returned to NVC. My husband filed for me and my daughter. I had my first visa interview in August, and then they sent a 221G letter. They asked for a second appointment with my husband present. Never heard from them again. Case is returned to NVC. Kellyanne, are you married? Is your husband a U.S. citizen? Are you married? Is that the situation? Esther, welcome. Break 'em, fix 'em. ESQ, how do you know if you're banned from visiting the U.S.? I don't know. Megan, question. The best way to re-enter after an overstay. We got married and left the U.S. Megan, you got to lawyer up. You should contact me because if you overstayed, it gets tricky. How long did you overstay? Okay. How long did you overstay? And when did you leave? Like, we got to get into the details. You can't just come to the airport or so on. Kellyanne, your husband's a U.S. citizen. You know, I don't know what happened to your case, Kellyanne, but based on what you're telling me, I think that the consulate has some concerns about whether your relationship with your husband is true and genuine. That's my guess. That's my guess. And what happens after the NVC is they send it to USCIS. USCIS is going to send you a notice of intent to deny. And they're going to outline, it's a dirty letter, it's a bad letter. They're going to outline all the trash that they're throwing at you, and they're going to tell you why they think that they're going to deny it. And you, the good news is you have a chance to respond to your notice of intent to deny, to persuade them that your marriage relationship is genuine, and to ask them to approve them and overcome it. It's a long road, but you can do it. Husband comes to Trinidad very often. That's great. Well, you can win this. You can do it. Don't get discouraged. If you're frustrated because the case is stuck, this could be something I could help you with. Hudon, can you help someone who has asylum? Yes. Is this Hudon from Ohio? Is that the Hudon we have here? Because if it is, I would love to talk to you. I tried to call you, I tried to text you. I also had some other people on my team do that, and we couldn't get in touch with you. Morrison Sabrini, my husband and I just hired your firm. Very happy to work on your case. That's awesome. I'm super happy to work on your case. That's great. Smart move. Congratulations on a great decision. Um, Tough M4N. My case is ready except the main application. I don't know what that means. Here's Via Pisces. Um, Here she says, "Hey, we hired you, and Sakile is handling my case." Sakile is awesome, by the way. You got Sakile does great work. I love him. He says, "Is handling my case for the visa delay. What does it mean when we got an email from Sakile that the form is completed and attorneys are reviewing the case?" And so here's the way it works in our office, whether you're a client or you're thinking about becoming a client. If you have a visa delay situation and you hire us, we send you a questionnaire. It's pretty detailed and it takes most people about an hour to fill out, right? Is that right, Via? So you fill it out, you put all the details in, and you have to include, you upload copies of certain stuff. And then once we get all the information, we prepare a draft of the lawsuit. And it usually takes us a week or two to get everything ready to go. And when you send it in, we can then we can then file it. It usually takes us 2 or 3 weeks to file. Here is Farhad says, "I love you. You have saved my life and family." Man, did you see that? I love you. You saved my life and family. That is amazing. I am so happy here. It took me 8 years, but you brought us in the USA. Wow. I would love to hey, Farhad, do you have a moment to jump on? You could come on. I could invite you as a guest if you have time. Let me know and I could have you on. Put your email in the comments and I'll send you an invitation. You will have a guest on the show. What's your email, Farhad? This is an exciting moment here. It says here from Matlabi, my B1, B2 visa refused because my salary is low. She didn't ask me any questions. What do I do now? If your salary is too low, I think you should just skip the US and go to a different country. I mean, I don't say that lightly. Let's see here. Forgive me here. Forgive me here. Let's see. F. Chalpapak. Chalpapag. Okay. Farhad, I just sent you an invite. I hope it shows up. Boss Lady followed me. Rahel. Rahel says, the team is very nice. My husband still refused. One day he will get his visa. Due date is April 6th, our first child. Rahel, I want to congratulate you on your expecting a new child. I think it's amazing. You know, we only have a couple of days before your due date. I don't know if your husband will get his visa before then. I hope so. But don't get discouraged and don't give up because even if your husband isn't there in time for the birth, then I think that we can still get it done, you know? Dinoff has a question. Let me know. Mike Way, how long does it take? Uh-oh. Hang on one second. We
Hi.
have live guest from Farhad. Welcome.
At last I can talk to you.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
We have a live guest. You can't see this on TikTok. Let me see if I can do this. Hold on a minute. We are gonna flip the camera. Let's see. I don't know how we do this. Blah, 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 blah. I don't know how to do this, but why don't you tell us a little more about your situation, brother?
Let me tell you something. I am an Iranian citizen. I was born in Tehran, and I'm also a German citizen. So that means I am dual citizen. 8 years ago, I went to, as a European, you can apply ESTA, denied. And then I got married.
Yeah.
I have also an Iranian American wife, so she's also dual citizen. And so I was denied like 3 or 4 times. And then when I went to the U.S. Embassy in Frankfurt,
right,
they have not denied. I have to say the correct word. I got rejected. So denied. That's what I learned from you, from your videos.
Right.
Denial is something else. Reject is something else. So I got rejected always. Then, so the last time when I got rejected, they got my passport, but they gave me this rejection paper. So I was living in another city in north of Germany. And when I came out of the embassy, I called my wife. I said, I have a great news. They got my passport, but I got this rejection. She said, "It's you're rejected. So why you're so happy?" And I said, "Oh, I got rejected. Okay." Then immediately I sat in the taxi. Are you there?
Yeah, okay. I'm here. I just want you to be the star of the show here for a
second. Okay. And then the time that I was in the taxi, I said, "Oh, I got rejected. Okay, what should I do?" Immediately, I told my wife, I said, "Okay, let me figure this out." So I went to YouTube. I searched. I said, "What should I do?" And then immediately I found you with this law mandamus, something like that. It's what you always say, mandamus, something like that. And
right.
Yeah. And then I told my wife, I found. I was in the car going from the embassy to the train station, I guess. I said, I found a lawyer. I think he can do it. She said, "No, I don't believe lawyers. They just want money." I said, "Okay, everybody who works for free.
Yeah.
I want to do this. I want to do this because I want to come. It's 8 years. And by the way, I have a girl. She's a toddler, 4.5 years old. I could not come here for her birth. So when she was 3.5 years old, always I was doing with video calls. Only through video calls I could see my family, or they could come to Canada or Europe. So I could come to Canada, to Toronto, because we live in Maryland. We are in East Coast. So then what happened was I called my brother-in-law. He lives in California. He got in contact with your company, and he said, "I think they're legit. They're good." I said, "Okay." And then so we paid this amount. My wife, she was nervous. After 2-3 weeks, we thought that we lost our money. Everything was corrupt. I said, "Don't worry, we'll find a way. Maybe you come to Europe or something like that."
Right.
After 30 days, we got an email from the U.S. Embassy. Your visa is been accepted. Come and get it. You have. I always. I try to call you, Joshua. I try to call you. My wife tried to call you. It's been a year now because March 2nd. I mean, you don't believe me. When we got the email that your visa is issued, that your visa is issued. I'm sorry.
No.
Okay, I'm sorry, it's my daughter. برو من صحبت میکنم. Okay, I'm sorry, my daughter. Today they're closed. So when they told me that your visa is issued, come and get it. Your passport it was in the post office. So I went there. I got my passport. Before that day, I got my ticket. I was so sure that when I cried. I cried. I'm 52 years, but I cried. I saw the visa inside for the immigration. 8 years. It took me 8 years. 8 years. No one could believe it. I said, my lawyer, and also I introduced you to a couple of friends in Iran, so that they could. I mean, they were married because they were born in Iran. What can I do? I was born in Iran. I have to ask my parents why I was born in Iran. And so I got my visa when I came here. I got my green card, my social security. It's been 6 months now. I am studying to become 5 months to become. I have passed the test as a real estate agent. So I just want to. You are the best person. I swear to God. You have to introduce yourself to the Middle Eastern people because they have so much problem that their families they are away. They can't come over because only they were born in Iran. That's the only thing, you know. So but you were the one who brought us. I told everyone that this lawyer has sued FBI, the immigration, everyone. They said, really? I said he loves suing, and I love the way that he does his work.
Well, look, I don't love suing. What I love is this. I love helping someone like you who deserves their visa get the visa that they deserve so they can have a better life and a better future. I just think it's profoundly unfair that people are treated differently because they're from a certain country or they have a certain religion or from a country that has a certain religion. I mean, why is it? If you're in Germany and you're from Iran, you're made to wait 8 years. But if you're from Germany and you're non-Muslim, German, not from Iran, your case would probably fly right through. That's unfair. That's not American. Everyone should be treated equally. And that's why I'm so motivated to help people. And, you know, when I tell people that I can help them and solve their problem, usually they're so frustrated and skeptical. They just think, the lawyer is just trying to get money. That's not really going to work. And sometimes people are surprised at how well it works and how quickly.
Ask me. It took me 8 years.
8 years.
8 years. I swear to God, it took me 8 years. And I went to the U.S. Embassy. I said, how much will it cost? Give me to security $10,000 for 2 days. I just want to be at my daughter's birthday. The time that my daughter will be born, I want to be in the hospital. And then return me back to Germany. I will pay for the tickets. This is my dream. It never happens. They said, no, you have to wait. We have to see. We'll reject you this time, but the reject, it doesn't mean that you will never go. But now you can't go. I said, okay, thank you so much. And then after 30 days, when we received, me and my wife, and you have employees, I think in South Africa or somewhere, there was a very, very nice person that I talked to her. She was a very nice person because I understood that. That was one of the things which I got afraid. But when I came here, it's been a year, I understood that all the most of the American companies, they work with a virtual assistant. Now, since I'm here, but in Europe, you don't understand that. Or when you're in the Middle East, You don't understand what is the virtual assistant meant. And when I
But
talk to my wife, yes,
yeah.
please go ahead. Yes.
So how is your life today
Oh
better
my gosh.
better than it was before?
I'm with my family. You have no idea, because there was a point we want to be separated. It's not a joke. It's not a joke. Although we have a child, I have a daughter, but there was a time that we said, okay, maybe we have to separate, because I'm living in Germany. We can't travel every time. I mean, what kind of marriage is that? That we have to see each other. I mean, in 12 months, only 30 days. Nah, that's not. I came here. I went to Florida. I went to California. Although I used to live in the United States, 1985, for 3 years. But
And let me tell you that. Let me ask you this question.
go ahead.
Had you not hired us, where
Nah,
would you be today?
I don't know. Maybe I would tell you, we 99% maybe divorced.
Divorced.
Yeah,
But you have
because
children too, right?
I have, yes, we have. That was my daughter. What could we do? I mean, because we were talking about separation, but not 100%. But the thing is, sorry, Josh, are you there?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Sorry, I just lost you. The thing is that, yeah, because when you get to the certain point, you get frustrated. You know what you want to do, because my wife, she's working here full time. She has a house. She has everything. How could she? Although we were talking about that, that she has to move, but the thing is that she said, okay, if I move right now, I don't have any job in Europe. I don't know the language. You know what I mean? So maybe I was a good person. Maybe God loved me. That when I came out, you have no idea. In 1 minute or less than 1 minute, I found you. Less than 1 minute, and then I said, "This looks to me legit. This is a good lawyer." I think with the because you were mentioning, I'm so excited. You know, I because
Yeah,
I'm
me
lost in
too.
words. I don't know how to thank you, because you have no idea. 8 years. You can't be with your family. It's not about, I'm not saying it's not about America, but it's not really about America. It's about family. I always told my friends, I said, if we were in Europe, that would be something different. But okay, my family, they're in US. How
Yeah.
can I come to America? Joshua, God, and I know you're a good person. I haven't seen you in
Thank
my
you.
life, but I know you're a good person, because what you have said, you did it for me, and you did it for a friend of another person that I haven't met him, but my mother-in-law talked with his mother-in-law. His visa was stuck, and then we introduced you to them, and then exactly after 30 days later, he got his visa, and he's also here.
This is the thing, though. Um, I feel like I was put on this earth to help everyone who is frustrated and stuck.
Mhm.
And sometimes when I talk to people who need help, they think I'm crazy because I'm just trying to sell them something. I'm like, why don't you hire me? Your whole life is on hold. You're separated from your family, your children, and and I'm like,
You should not
this,
think
you're
1 second.
only 30 days or 60 days away from having this being done. But when I tell them this, it's very different than when you tell them, because you
Oh,
actually did
yeah,
this, you
yeah, I
know?
did it. I did it, yes. And if you want to put this video to whole wide world, let them see. If you want me to talk in behalf, because okay, my wife, she'll come in at 5 p.m. Right
Yeah.
now. Here, it's in 2 hours. The thing is, okay, let me show you right now a photo of the family. My son, he was born in Canada, so he could come
Okay.
here. This is the whole family I have right now. I
Someone
don't.
says here, this is so sweet. He's making me want to cry because it's really about family. And I feel the same way. Wow, that's a picture of your family.
Yeah, yeah.
We have another comment that says, "You seem so happy. God bless you and your family. Praying for approval one day."
Oh, yes. I mean, because what you have done, I cannot put in words. I cannot put in. You can't put in words, because I did not know how I. My wife told me, Farhad, there are some lawyers in California. Maybe they could do something for you. Like I don't want to mention anything.
Yeah.
And I said, I don't trust, because it's trust, you know. I said, I don't trust. I'm not a little a child. But we hired you. I mean, it took about a couple of months after the rejection, because we did not trust you. I have to be honest.
Why would you?
Why would I? Exactly.
You don't know me.
Yeah.
People don't trust lawyers.
Yeah, exactly. And then what happened was, I watched your video, and I watched your video many times. And then I called your company, and someone in Africa. I said, "Are you kidding me? Who? I mean, really? Should we pay?" I said, "Okay." But there was a lady. I said, "Excuse me, ma'am, where?" Because as a person, I want to know where I'm paying my money.
Yeah.
Then I searched your company, your office, via Google Map. I searched everything, and I saw that you're okay. It's downtown LA somewhere. I thought. I said, God, I don't know what to do. And then my brother-in-law, he read your. That's when we got. That's where we got. We got. Then we said, okay, we'll do it. When
by the way, I don't take any disrespect at being skeptical or nervous, because people who hire me, they haven't met me, they don't know me. I mean, unless it's a referral, they're just seeing some content. I would be skeptical too. The solution that I have for people's problem, what they're gonna sue the government. I mean, that sounds crazy. Exactly. I think it sounds dangerous. Like a lot of people are afraid. Like, wouldn't the government just deny you because they're mad at you for suing them? I mean,
exactly. That's what happened to me. I'm sorry. It's my mother-in-law. I'm sorry.
I mean, if you're in Iran and you have a problem with the government, are you going to sue the Ayatollah? Are you going to sue Olaf Scholz if you're in Germany? Like, you can't do that. That doesn't work that way.
Let me tell you something. The thing is, my brother-in-law, he was my sponsor. He said, excuse me, you want to sue? I'm your sponsor. No, we don't do that. I said, no. But actually he was joking. He's a very gentleman. When he read, because he is in the United States more than 45 years, when he read the contract, he said, Farhad, this is a great, I can, sorry, it's fine. He said that, Farhad, this is great. This is the one. Let's do it. I said, let's do it. After 20 days, I saw no answer from you. There was nothing from your side. And then I said, okay, the money's gone. You know how I checked you also? I checked in the lawyers because I was really afraid.
Yeah.
I will be honest. I found where the association of lawyers are. I saw your name there. I was afraid. I have to be honest.
No, I respect that. I understand that. I totally get that. Yeah.
Yeah. And then, but when after 30 days, I saw that we're like 6 hours ahead of East Coast from Germany. Well, I got the email and I called my wife. She was asleep. I said, we got a visa. She said, what are you talking about? I said, look at the email. 30 days. This person sued everyone. That's how you have to do. That's how you have. And then when I went to Frankfurt, I opened. Are you kidding me? I got this visa. I'm going right now to my family.
I always joke because that's a common reaction when people are actually surprised that it worked. I'm like, well, what did you think was going to happen?
Yeah, you want to go to the moon? If you want to go to the moon, go to Joshua.
Well, the way that the lawsuit actually works is you sue them. And then after you file the lawsuit, there's a period of a little while, like a month or so, where you don't hear anything. And you think, well, did that really work? I don't know. But then at that point, they realize they're being sued and they have no choice but to take care of it.
Because I read that and I found they have to answer. They must answer, and they can't just say because of X document it was not available. We will not grant the visa. It's not a joke. I am right now. It's been like 5 months that I've been studying right now to become a real estate agent, and I've learned the laws, the rules, because as you know, as a real estate agent, you have to know the law, and you can see if they just can't say we will not do this because we don't like it. No.
And by the way, Farhad, I'm getting some comments from TikTok where people are saying that you did your homework when you hired us, and they're also saying that they can relate to the fact that you had a lot of skepticism coming in. You're like, wait a minute, is this legit? I paid this money. I don't know.
I mean, this is the one and only thing that every person thinks, because $5,000 or $5,000
a lot of money. Yeah,
it's money. Even the $1,000 is money.
It is.
Yeah, people. Therefore, I checked even through the Google Map, and but my brother-in-law was the person who said, let me read the contract, and he said, Farhad, this is legit. This is a correct contract. And when I saw you in the lawyers association, then I said, okay, let's do it. Okay.
So, I mean, when you first saw the approval, what was your reaction? What was your first instinct when you saw it?
When I said, Farhad, bravo, you find the right lawyer. And then I tried to call you. I could not. I tried. Obviously, you're a star. Who can call you?
No, I didn't know. I'm sorry.
No, and then we sent. I think we sent an email to your employees, and then we said we got our visa, and they said congratulations. And I cried. We cried. I was so happy. 8 years, and
8 years.
8 years. Yeah, I'm not kidding. 8 years, because I was born in Iran, 1972. What can I do? Ask my parents why I was born in Iran. I mean, only because it says Iran. Okay, I was born in Iran. I don't see myself as an Iranian. I see myself as a world citizen. But the thing,
world citizen, I love that.
Yeah, that's how I see it. How I see myself, because the blood is red. Everybody has the same color.
I love that. You know, I feel the same way. I mean, I'm an American. I help people immigrate to America, but I don't like the nationalism and that excessive. We are all people. The borders are imaginary.
Exactly. That's what John Lennon said.
ESQ, we have someone here who's been refused for 9 years. What would you say to him? 9 years.
Okay. What should I say? You are there. You are the best. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know. But if you say, Joshua, that you can do it, that means you can do it. When you say you cannot, I heard a while ago that you were talking with someone that you said, don't come to US. When you say, when you say you cannot do it, that means you cannot. When you say you can, then you can do it. The person has to pay, and then he comes here.
Well, think about it. Why would I take money from someone if they don't have a good chance to get approved? Because if I take their case and they pay me and they get denied, that's worse for me in a way. Because
then you don't have a good
my reputation goes down. That's it.
Yeah. That's the thing. Yeah. I always tell this to my wife. Lawyers Although we have good and bad lawyers, but good lawyers, they will never, they want to destroy their reputation.
Right. I mean, not every lawyer thinks like I do. Not every lawyer thinks that way.
No,
Some
that's
lawyers want
good.
them take the money and give people nothing.
Yeah, good lawyers. That's that. I mean, I'm talking about the good lawyers. Yeah,
A
exactly.
lot of times people come to me and they've already hired several lawyers and none of
Oh,
those lawyers were
oh,
helpful at all.
oh. Okay. I'm a good searcher. I have to say that because when I sat down in a taxi, I found you under a minute immediately. Then I saw, yeah, and I said, and I sent your link to my wife. I said, I think he is the one that he can bring me to US. When I got an email from the embassy, I said, it wasn't that easy. And we always joke with my brother-in-law. He said, Farhad, maybe you didn't need any lawyer. I said, yeah, maybe another 8 years. I would say another 8 years.
Well, I want to thank you so much for
Sure,
coming on and
sure,
sharing your story. And I
sure.
want to also thank you for giving me a chance to help you.
Oh, I love you. I always want to appreciate what you have done for my family because it's just not me. It's my daughter, the other one, the other daughter, my wife, my mother-in-law, my brother-in-laws, the whole family. When I came here, they invited us at last, at last, at last. Yeah.
Well,
If you need anything, you have my email.
yeah.
I am at your disposal. Anything.
Well,
If you,
I will be in touch. I want to thank you again. Thank you, brother.
if you want to, if you want me to make a proper video, because right now my daughter is on my head right now.
This is even better with your daughter on your head. Because
Okay, all right then.
take care, brother. I'll let you go.
Take care. Love you. Love you.
too. Bye now.
Love you. Love you. All right. Bye bye.
Well, there we have it. A guest. I will get back to some of the questions now. I know, forgive me, I know that a lot of people on Instagram and TikTok couldn't hear and see this guest. I'm going to be sharing with this video on TikTok and other places. But I've gotten some questions from ESQ. He sent me a rose and an ice cream cone and some other virtual beautiful stuff. But ESQ, if you're listening, you've been delayed and refused for 9 years. Tell me a little more if you feel comfortable doing so. Tell me a little more about what type of visa that you have. I want to know more about it because if Farhad came on and shared his story about how he was delayed for 8 years, we were able to get him approved in 30 days. I mean, if I were to tell you this, you wouldn't believe it. It sounds like a scam. It sounds too good to be true. And it is not all the cases go that well or that quickly, but nevertheless, you have firsthand proof from Farhad himself about what it feels like to reach your immigration goal, to finally to do it, to get it done. And instead of being refused, he's in the US with his family. A B1, B2 refusal. So we file lawsuits to help people who have delayed B1, B2 visa. Here we have Sparkle from Scottsdale. A so-called lawyer in Arizona scammed me out of $20,000. That's horrible. So if your B1, B2 visa has been refused, we can file a lawsuit to challenge the delay. But you should know that not often, but sometimes B1, B2 visas are denied. You have to prove that you have ties to your home country, that you own real estate, that you have family, that you're married, that you have a job, that you're in school, that you plan to go back to your home country. Sparkle is trying to get his father here from Somalia. Well, Sparkle, do you have asylum? Are you a U.S. citizen? What happened? Tell us more. Mo Fossa has a question. How soon after depositing the MRV fee can I expect to have my fiance's interview scheduled? This should happen within a few months. So, Sparkle, Scottsdale is a U.S. citizen. Did you petition for your father? Why can't you get your father his visa? We could help you do that. Okay, Zahur says, can you please tell me something about Form DS 5535? They ask for even those we provide everything. So the DS 5535 is a form. This was created by Donald Trump and his people, and it's designed to help you, to help them scrutinize you. So they ask for your history of travel and everything else. And it's a very onerous form, but you have to fill it out. The instructions are pretty clear. It asks for all your social media handles. I have a YouTube video where I go through the DS 5535 pretty clearly. Let's see here. How does a Mexican citizen go about seeking asylum in the U.S.? Well, if you're in the U.S., you can apply for asylum. If you're not in the U.S., there is an app called CBT1, CBP1, and that's how you can file for asylum if you're not in the U.S. Dina says, please answer my questions. Okay. Dina says, can you invite me? I want to tell you about my situation. Can you repeat that for me? I'm not sure what you want me to repeat, but if you want to apply for asylum, there's an app called CBP1. Afghan reporter fan, how to expedite an I-130 that was filed in 2014 is waiting for a visa. We can help you with that. I wouldn't call it expediting. That I-130 was filed 11 years ago, 9 years ago, 10 years ago. So that's not expediting. That's just getting them to do their job, right? Why is a work permit taking so long? That's a good question. There's no good answer for that. We have Masig Glodich. Why is USCIS wasting so much time updating all the forms instead of processing them? That's a good question. They should process them. How can my spouse come to the U.S., applied for her visa? My parent has stage 4 cancer. I need my spouse. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that. Can I discuss fees? So the first question that I have is, what can I do to help you? And that's a conversation. We need to find out more details about this. Before I can tell you what I would charge you, first I have to figure out, what kind of help do you need? Is there anything that I can do to help you? Because a lot of times people need immigration help, but it's not something that I can help with. So I need some details to figure it out. And once I figure out what kind of help you need, then I try to figure out whether I can actually help you. And if I can, then we can tell you what the costs are. But before we get to the cost, I have to figure out what you need help with, whether I can help you, and then we have to figure out what the costs are after those things. I hope that helps. Does that make sense? Let me know. Did I answer your question, Dinaf? What other beautiful, any ideas how I can pass a visitor visa interview for a family wedding? Sure. I have questions. First of all, we don't directly help with visitor visas. So if you need a visitor visa, we can't help you. If your visitor visa is delayed, that's a case we can take on. So for an invitation for a wedding to get a visitor visa, here's how it works. First, you prove that you're going to a wedding. You have a wedding invitation. You print it out. You show that you have a hotel room. You show that you have enough money. You show that you have ties to your home country. You have a job. You're in school. You have a car. You own a house, or you have real estate, whatever. You show all your ties to your home country, and then you show that you have a round trip ticket of a short duration, and hopefully that will do it. Does that make sense? Dinaf, I asked her if I answered her question. She said no. She has a question about her children's visas. My question is, my children's visa applications has been stuck at the U.S. Embassy in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. The visa officer collected my children's passport. They did not give me the visa. The passport's about to expire. What can I do? Dinaf, can you renew the passport without the old passport? That's one question I would have. If the answer is no, ask the consulate or embassy to return the passports to you. Apply for new passports. And then what I would consider doing is filing a lawsuit. And this is something that we can help you with, a mandamus lawsuit to challenge the delay. And we have a lot of clients who are stuck in Ethiopia, and this is the strategy that we use to help them out. Let me know what I can do to help. Let me know what else I can do to help. Is there a way to expunge a record or obtain a waiver? Be very careful about expunging a record. Why? Because expungement is usually something that, well, the court will destroy the record of the case, but the immigration consequences remain. You still have to disclose it on the applications. You still have to provide records from the case. And the records may be impossible to get if you expunge it. So I'm very skeptical about the merits or the wisdom of expunging a case. Does that make sense? Let me know.